All right, good afternoon, cyber traders. Welcome on back here this Tuesday, 11/1/22. How about that, November 1st? Shortly after 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Welcome on back here for our afternoon meeting. Should be good to go across both ends here across the live trading room. Great to see Wendy and Grant and Michael just joining us back right now. And great to see all of you back on social media, Facebook Live and YouTube. I'll tell you what, folks, I don't know if Fausto mentioned it from the end of the Phase 3 class earlier this morning. For those of you that were with him, our gold, platinum, diamond students. I don't know if he told you this or not, but he gave me the hot tag for this afternoon, meaning that I'll be teaching the Phase 3 stock course class at 3:05 Eastern Time. So you'll get to see me evaluate the live market, trade the live market with you folks. So I look forward to it. With that in mind, even more now than ever, I want to make this a really quick meeting, make sure that you folks have enough time to prep and get ready, make sure that I have enough time to prep and get ready. I've already been somewhat prepped so far, but you never know what could happen, at least over the next 30, 35 minutes even. So, there's a couple of stocks right out the gate that I am a fan of, and we'll just start with those. Sun, SONN, it's on the screen here to begin. Hopefully it makes the big break over 250. Hopefully for me in class, and hopefully, not right now. That would stink. But it's making the push up, looking really healthy. It ended up making a strong run from earlier this morning. Made a nice run from like 2 up towards 3, clean dollar move. The pop up to 3 was pretty quick. So, for a while it lasted as it went over 250, 260. It ended up making a really nice pop up towards that 3. But from there, came back down, got really ugly, and then, ended up just losing direction at the time. So nice rebound, at least for right now, on Sun, SONN. I'll put this on our main watch list at least to start. Checking on a couple of other trades that I was interested in just about 15, 20 minutes ago at least. ATAI, it was trying to inch back up right around like 2 o'clock, up towards the 350 level. It looks like it fell off since, lost a lot of momentum from the morning run it ended up having. So maybe I'll come back to this at the tail end. The ATAI, Carvana, one of our students, Rob, was following this heading into the early to mid afternoon. It was active in pre-market and had a nice little pop after the open, but it got fuzzy, choppy around there after holding just underneath 16. And from that point, ended up making lower highs, eventual new low, lower low a bit. But yeah, I mean, just for right now, pretty flat here. So if it ends up making more of a pop during this meeting, then I'll come back to it. Definitely just give it a second or third look. But yeah, for right now, nothing really too special about the Carvana just yet. VIPS was moving up pretty nicely at least 15, 20 minutes ago. Stock ended up having a nice push after the open and had dumped off. Similar move to Carvana, but it was moving up pretty nicely at least just before. Again, though, lost its momentum. It seems like the market's just still pretty flat and not breaking higher highs. If anything, it's just seemingly holding underneath this 384 level on the SPY. That was a price that we were following pretty much all throughout the day today. And we'll jump back to the SPY actually at the end. Something extremely interesting ended up just happening across the SPY S&P 500 ETF just right before we started. I wrote it in the chat board just earlier. But what we'll do, folks, so far we have Sun on our main list. Nothing else though. Otherwise, we'll go from top to bottom. Let's see what else we got. Anything else that ended up making a nice little move from the morning? Perhaps I'll recap very briefly. I didn't even look at ABMD. I just assumed it was going to be a buyout for it to be a $378 ticker, up 50%. There we go. All right, that confirms that. Just move on. There's the pop on Sun without me. Broke over that 245, 250. Nice move. If anyone jumped in, any of our students, this is off to a really good start. Don't chase it, but 250 was the level that we were just watching a moment ago. MCVT, not a whole lot happening there. We'll be pretty brief here, folks, just skimming through. Again, we got to make sure all of our students and myself are prepped up for our live trading class later on today. Any of our gold, platinum, diamond students, and know that Rich just posted the link a moment ago in the chat board there for you. ICPT, I've seen this pop up on the gainers then. I was hoping it had better direction here. So unfortunately, it's gone nowhere. Really flat since the mid to late morning. Uber off earnings, it was a nice little day trade while it lasted. Ended up breaking lower lows later on, broke trend line off the lows and snapped down pretty quick. So, it rebounded briefly, but again, right now for like a $29, $30 stock, there's just better opportunity if it's not, same price, it'll be cheaper. So, just realize, folks, we got the Fed concluding tomorrow. We were talking about this in Traders Talk earlier today, actually, for any of us inside the live trading room. You folks had access to that, our live workshop earlier this morning. This panned out perfectly to our expectation. Just with the Fed meeting concluding tomorrow, I wasn't expecting anything within the market, at least after the mid-morning. So, after 10:30, things just fell really flat. It got ugly. Maybe we even see like a break to the lows later on today if we're not going to really look to break higher, break back above that 385 in the SPY. All right, we got gold stock up, Grant, up over 9%. Ego, oh, nice. Good day for gold mining, is it? Oh, I just combined Nugget and JNUG together. Ha! All right, NUGT, gold mining ETF, it's up a little bit percentage-wise, but that Ego trade had a nice move. All right, let's hop over to the loser side right now, see if there's anything looking just as good, if not better. VRNS. Looks really flat, but if you zoom in, it's not going to be as bad as you think. So just recently ended up holding 18, dropped nearly a buck down to 1720, 1715-ish there. And, now it's been funneling. So it's not as attractive of a trade, but just wanted to take a quick look on that. I got TTI. It's shortable, so I don't know how liquid or illiquid it could be, but yeah, nothing too special on this one either. We don't need to force anything out there on our watch list, folks. Again, day before Fed. Fed today, but concluding tomorrow, you know what I mean? But with that in mind, we're not expecting a whole lot on either side of the field or, moving really well in any direction. Would not be a good day for the side list. An American Airlines, you could say is dropping off a little bit, potential short, but that's like watching the grass grow. NEO is as flat as could be. Check out a couple of other side list trades over the last week or so, like GM, Shopify. None of these trades have gone anywhere for their price. So that's all right, folks. That's all right. We got Sun on our watch list, but now at this point, I feel kind of bad because we only have one. I like to have at least a little variety, right? So, hey, if there's anything else that you see that looks good, type it in the chat board for any of our students, for any of us just joining us now on social media, Facebook Live or YouTube. I'll go back to that Carvana there briefly, and I'll check out the SPY because there was something, like I'd said, that was extremely interesting just a moment ago. So actually, let's jump to that as we potentially wait for any, further stocks to make a move. All right. So looking at my volume bars, anything that stands out? That's a rhetorical question to a degree, right? So with that, we ended up seeing a huge spike of volume come in just before 2:30. I had to check Bookmap for this. It was just over 570,000 shares. It was filled on the ask specifically, right there, at 384.91. At 384.91, that was the price of where we just had that transaction. We were watching 385 all day as a key level anyway, so that just complements 385. Unless if this could snap over this range here of resistance and flip it as support, I would not be thinking bullish for the close across the market. Again, there could always be just a stock like Sun that could, make a big pop and continued move. So, if there's a cheapie, like a small cap or not to say lower float, but, something smaller cap per se that, may not be as affected by a little bit of a drop off within the market, that could be an opportunity. Got this MCVT from one of us inside the live trading room. This is not going. This is not it. This is not the move right now, folks. It's real. Oh, I got to change the order. I got to change this too. The link there. MCVT. It's not looking great on the chart, that's for sure, and even worse on the order book. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking there. All right, we'll pass on that, but sheesh, folks, we only got one stock to work with. Is that it? We got this damn Sun trade, and that's all we got. Grant says Carvana at 1540, maybe. Not the word maybe. Just we'll pass on it for right now. Maybe once class begins at 305 or shortly after, maybe my opinion will change. But there's nothing right now that is really appealing at all. HSC on the way up. There's a little direction on this thing. Tier size is not terrible, actually. You know what? I guess this will make two, but you really had to force this out of me, right? So, just I'm not going to really focus on much else unless if there's really something else making a stronger move. Karen says Meta on a tear, not cheap though. And yeah, nice direction, at least dropping off, showing some good weakness on the short, or strength on the short, weakness overall. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, that's a nice play if you're following that as like a put or like, a small share day trade. But, like you wrote, though, it's not cheap. Uber under 30 may continue to drop. Again, that's like the same word as maybe, right? And just, it's a sideless stock for right now. If you did well on it earlier, I'm sure it's one that you'll be more inclined to follow. If you're already in the trade, I'm rooting on for you, Michael. All right, folks. So otherwise, I mean, hey, there's not much else. Unless if the markets make a really strong move here over the next 70 minutes or so, or 50 minutes, however many, just with that in mind, then we could follow a few trades then. But otherwise, like, there's really not much to it. So this is where we need to be really diligent and just focused on scanning. Not to say right now, but just from this point. So, perhaps we'll find a nice move just at 3 o'clock or 3:15 or at that infamous 3:30 program trading time, in class in the phase 3 stock course. All right. Grant says, I'm glad that I am not teaching. I'll tell you what, I'll keep it entertaining for us at least if it's going to be a slow market. So you'll get to hear me rant and rave for 60 minutes, if anything, folks. So I look forward to it. But for all of us inside the live trading room, I know that Rich will be on the mic from 3 to 4. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, josh@c2trading.com. We'll have the Traders Talk workshop up later on today. Mitch on YouTube, rejoining us, Mitch. Great to have you back. Asking ZIM, not up the 5% we look for. It's getting there. I mean, it's moving up a little bit. If this was cheaper, I'd be more inclined, but don't have a great need to really put this on our main list right now. Good direction. Not a bad call, Mitch. All right, folks, I think that'll do it, though. Otherwise, for all of us on YouTube and Facebook Live, same to be said, though, to you folks. If you have any questions, feel more than free to send it over through email, josh@c2trading.com. I'll try and get back to you folks later on this evening, if not tomorrow morning. But if you're interested in joining our live trading room, just go right down to the link on the yellow banner below the stream just to get yourself started. Otherwise, for all of us inside the trading room, best of luck trading going into the market close. And I look forward to seeing all of our students, at least in class, in just a bit. Take care.
Become a Cyber Group member today. Just click the link below and receive all these amazing products and a world of knowledge for just $9. Do it today.